I'm so excited. Everybody wave. Cool. Thank you so much. We have a beautiful full house here. And we have our helper, Migdalena, and our sweet Leah, and people around the corner here. I think it's Rosie and Jess. Oh, there you go, Rosie and your sweet daughter. Okay, so I am going to, hi, and me, of course, right? So I'm going to put this up here for a minute and get you all situated, and we'll get started here. What I want to first tell you about is who I am and why I started this. I'm going to turn down the music, and I gotta.
Some of the key phrase work?
Yeah. So far, you guys have had green smooth. You've had what to drink? You've had nothing to drink, just some sour. What have you had? Oh my gosh! Look, I gotta turn this around. Oh, okay, you're passing out kefir. So this is the fermented kefir. Who has had my kefir? Anybody? Everybody? Cool. This is a probiotic beverage. It's good for your digestion. I gotta get this right. I need a whatever these people call a tech person doing this, but I mean I know how to do it. It just takes me time. So I'm gonna just do this right now like this. And now we're gonna really start. Okay, hi. How are you? Okay, cool. So thank you so much for being patient. Who is hungry? Is anybody hungry right now? You're still hungry? So far you've had stuffed marinated mushrooms and our chickpea hummus and celery. And so I can finish telling you about that stuffed marinated mushrooms. So you have your mushrooms in that liquid, and when you sit them out overnight, and the liquid is going to be half lemon juice and half Bragg's liquid aminos. Excuse me. And those liquid aminos, what it does is it breaks it down. And so it doesn't look like very much when you first put it in it. It'll be on the bottom. But if you can put something inside it a little smaller and weigh them down, then by the next morning it's going to be more liquid because the mushrooms exude this stuff. And then they get marinated. And so you can use that marinate twice or 3 times. Just put it in the refrigerator or leave it in the mushrooms as you're going to use it. The stuffing is walnuts, cilantro, and garlic. And then we just stuff them with the walnuts, cilantro, and garlic. Oh, and the stems. So the stems are separate, and you have some of that dressing or that marinade on the stems also. Okay, so that's what our that's what our stuffed marinated mushrooms are all about. So let me tell you, first of all. So in a nutshell, my story is that it was 11 years ago, my son of 21 years old, he passed away with celiac, with an autoimmune disorder, a digestive disorder that we were really unaware of. We knew later. I knew once he started having seizures that it had to be his food. It could have been possibly, environmental also, because he lived with me all his life. I was raised in our home, but then he moved in with his dad at an older age because he had a new job, and so his whole food, everything changed. We would have more variety of different things, but then it went more like tri-tip and pizza every night kind of thing or whatever. And so I knew that it had to do. Oh, that's right. You're gonna eat. Yeah. Thank you. That's Jess. He's my right-hand man. So he started having seizures at 21 out of the blue. And so after he passed away, it really became apparent to me I had no idea who I was. Hi, Jasmine. And Is this the second Jasmine, or is this? Oh, okay, good. We have two Jasmines, and like every night they come in. Hi. And I wasn't sure if it was you or it was our other Jasmine because it sounded like the other one. Anyway, so 3 years after, as I was mourning, I became aware of my autoimmune disorder myself. I mean, I knew something was going on. I had to go to the doctor, and I was tested, and she said, I have dysbiosis, which is candida in the intestine. It's a yeast overgrowth. And so my doctor said, you got to go gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, vinegar-free, soy-free, yeast-free, peanut-free, corn-free, and really rice-free also, she said. But it was like I would kind of cheat on the rice every once in a while because I made guacamole, pico de gallo, because that was like the only thing I knew how to make, and so I wanted some chips to go with that, and I looked at every chip available at Whole Foods, and it was one that didn't have vinegar, didn't have sugar, and didn't have everything was okay except it had rice, and it was a rice chip, and it was made by Lundenberg, and so it was delicious. And so I would cheat on that every once in a while by using that for my dipper. Otherwise, I would just eat it with a fork all the time, and or just put it on top of a salad. But I got really tired of that. But immediately, I mean, in that first week, all of my symptoms went away. I mean, and I just felt so much better. I mean, my worst symptom was my stomach. You know, my stomach was screwed up, upset all the time. And so I finally I got a hold of Cafe Gratitude's book, which is I Am Grateful. It's a raw, that's what it's called, I Am Grateful. It's a recipe book. And I opened it up and I was in shock that everything in there, every recipe, I could have every item. So I was so thrilled. I was just amazingly thrilled. And so I started making it, and it was like became my Bible. And so I used everything. I mean, I started making a recipe every day on a different one. And people, here's Stacy Hurd. I see hi, Texas, are you there, Mimi? I see you there, thank you. So let's see here. So immediately I felt so much better. Over that period of that first year, I lost 45 pounds, like just dropped it. And every cell in my body was regenerated with real food, with all raw food. And it was like the perfect balance of enzymes and growth to my cells. So my eyes became better, my skin became better, my hair, I mean, my nails grow so fast, everything grows so quickly. And what else am I going to say about all that? Let me think. So it just became aware that I knew that I was going to do this the rest of my life because I felt so good and I couldn't keep it to myself. I needed to share this with everybody. So I started teaching classes at Whole Foods, and I wanted to have some kind of certification, so I went back to school, online courses, went to immune nutrition, and became a certified healing food specialist. And went to Portland, Oregon, and tested for 4 days in the kitchen, and that's where I learned to heal my gut with fermented foods. And so that's how we learned how to do kombucha and kefir and cultured vegetables and sauerkraut and beet kvass and all these fermented foods that are so healing to our gut. The reason why our gut is so important is because it's our second brain. So it's amazing. I had no idea, and they don't teach you this. I remember going to college and taking a food and nutrition class and learning some things that were just amazing that I had no idea, and it was just amazing. But beyond that, fermented foods were more knowledgeable to me because finding out how our brain, when it being our second brain, meaning as soon as we eat, it goes into our stomach, and our stomach tells our first brain where to put this food, what part of our body is lacking. So if the flora is off balance in our gut by the foods that we eat, then that's why diseases happen, because it's off balance. It can't go to the correct place. It can't feed your organs properly. And so that's why it's so important to drink kefir water, drink kombucha, eat sauerkraut, fermented foods every day, in at least once a day, and if you can, at every meal. For breakfast, if you eat eggs, put sauerkraut on it. If you, at lunch, drink kefir before you have lunch, or a kombucha. I kind of have a kombucha as a treat, kind of as a dessert after lunch a lot of times. And it fills me up that I don't even really feel hungry to eat a dinner until later. And then I used to call myself a strictitarian, because for that first 3 years, we didn't eat anything but raw food. And so when we did that, and now we don't call ourselves strictitarians, we call ourselves flexitarians, because we eat some cooked foods. I would call myself more like raw till 4, it's called. They have that as a diet, raw till 4. So after 4 o'clock, we would eat something cooked. So that's why we prepare some warm things and cook things now, because we found that if we eat raw food, because that's what was happening to us those 3 years, is we would eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we were staying up till 1 o'clock. We were wide awake because we had so much energy. It was like you just couldn't go to sleep. And so we quit eating dinner at raw food at 5 o'clock, and then we would have, if we got hungry a little bit, at 8:30, we would have like a little cup of sauerkraut, or a little small glass of kefir. And that probiotic actually lowers your blood pressure and helps you sleep, and then it also takes your craving away because of the fermented part of that. It takes your cravings away. So it's a great nighttime thing, and if you have a sugar craving, it totally takes that sugar craving away. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I want you to talk. So I'm going to let it go around the table. But before I do that, I want to just help you understand real quick. What we're going to do tonight is all about tahini. What we make is our Caesar salad dressing with tahini, our hummus, that chickpea hummus. How did everybody like the chickpea hummus? That has tahini. And also our golden milk, which is a drink. It's a sweet nighttime drink that's so lovely. So that's a nice drink to actually drink before you go to bed too, because it's just very calming and soothing, and it helps you sleep also. It's great for inflammation because of the turmeric, and then the tahini is the milk part, so you're not putting the dairy. So let me quickly say, what is raw food? That's nuts, seeds, fruits, and vegetables that are prepared under 118 degrees. And why is to keep the enzymes awake and available for your body to intake that nutrition. After 35 years old, you don't create enzymes in your body, so you have to put them in with your food as you eat or drink. That's your probiotic. That's your live enzymes. So, any questions so far? Is that a lot of information? Is your head blown up yet? So we're going to turn this around and film you guys. And who are you? And tell us why you're here.
I'm Renee.
Hi, Renee.
And I'm here. I have a lot of health issues, and I have been to 90s cooking classes, and I'm feeling a lot better. And here to learn more about other types of food.
Cool. Thank you, Renee. Thanks. Who's next? You want to go here?
Sure. My name's Blake. I'm here because I love food.
Yeehaw! How cool. Yeah, he's not like a plant eater. He's like, he just loves food. He's a foodie. He lives, look at me, I'm going to tell him. He lives in Sacramento, and he's here on a work thing, and so he's been here quite often. I've seen him like 3 times, I think, maybe 4. So that was really cool, and I appreciate your support.
You got it.
Cool. We'll go this way and go all the way around that way.
My name is Brett. I've kind of been on a health journey this past year. I lost 60 pounds just by cutting calories. Then I found exercise, which has been awesome. And then the past 3 months have been figuring out what does an actual nutrition look like. And so I've enjoyed coming here and eating, and we enjoy it. So here we are.
Yay! Thank you so much. That's so cool.
I'm Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
I've been vegan vegetarian for a few years, and I love Naomi's food, so I'd like to learn how to cook more raw. I'd like to incorporate more raw food into my diet.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. How about right here in the front? At the bar.
Okay. My name's Brittany. I have health issues too. I'm doing vegan on some days, so I'm trying to figure out more options I can eat.
Excellent.
And I've tried her food plenty of times.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Tricia.
Hi, Tricia.
I've been vegetarian and vegan most of my life, and I understand that food is so healing, and sometimes it can make you so sick. So I just love learning.
Right here.
I'm so
Oh, Chinese. That's so cute. Cynthia, I need a.
I'd like to come to Raw Fresno and get my meals, and I wanted to learn some more of the recipes. And just this week I ate at Saturn Cafe in Santa Cruz, which is a vegetarian restaurant, and it was good. You know, I liked it all right, but I thought this is not as innovative. It's not as different, and that's what I really like here is all the great flavors.
Oh, thank you. Cynthia is are you an organic farmer? You teach at City?
I teach horticulture as a city, and I garden as a hobby. Yeah.
And so she's so lovely. She brings her produce or anything that she has from her own yard and shares it with us. Wow. So it's very lovely. Beautiful, beautiful pomegranates and persimmons. These persimmons that are like this big. They're like gigantic. I can't believe how beautiful they are. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Cool.
I'm Diane, and I have been vegan for 2 years now. After back surgery, a doctor recommended it. I never thought it would stick, but my good friend here keeps me on track.
Thanks. Thanks for coming together.
I'm Beverly, and she and I both went plant-based right at the same time, and just 2 years ago. And I just like to try to bring in a little more fermented foods and just some different foods.
Nice. Good.
I love eating.
Great. Thank you. We're just moving in our thing here. You want to find another plug? Okay, who's next?
I'm Lisa, and I just like Naomi's food.
I like you too, Lisa. Lisa comes to the truck at Kaiser, and she has learned that she loves our chocolate cheesecakes.
And chocolate cheesecake every night of my life.
She does.
For a year and a half.
Wow.
And if she runs out of chocolate, I get
Very upset. Yes, she does. She texts me 1 or 2 days in advance. Remember, I'm coming Wednesday, and I'm getting my 4 cheesecakes. She buys and puts them in the freezer, and then she get, I don't know, if she cuts them in, she halves them. Yeah, cuts them in half, so she gets a half every night. So that's so beautiful.
Makes your HDL perfect.
Yeah, it does. That's what she was wanting, is to have good HDL. So that's what she got with the coconut oils.
And this is my friend Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Thanks.
I just recently started a plant-based diet, and so Lisa and I work together. So she's shared about raw Fresno. I tried to do something with it.
Nice.
Always looking for new recipes and things to eat.
Thank you. That's great. So here we are next. I've just put you guys all on the spot. You had no idea I was going to film you. You're going to be all over the world next week.
I'm Sally. About 2 years ago, I had like a religious experience, and I adopted like the Eden diet, and it improved my health
Oh, nice.
immensely. My asthma is better, no more migraines, and so yeah, I just like learning more about plant-based food
How cool.
and having a better lifestyle.
I've heard of the Daniels diet, but I've not heard of the Eden diet.
Same thing. I mean,
Same thing.
Daniel said vegetables and water, and
Yeah.
Eden was actually they didn't have vegetables in, but it was like
Fruit.
nuts,
Yeah.
anything that had a seed.
That is so cool. I love that. That is so cool. That's what I preach all the time, is that we just, I have one customer, Philip, that he's like, take us to the garden, darling. Just take us to the garden. He says, he's this cowboy, you know, and he doesn't look like he's supposed to come into a raw food restaurant. But he sits at this bar and he follows me around for the last 3 years in my truck and preaching the gospel about, Naomi, I take you to the garden. So cute. I love him. So that's so cool. Thank you. I advertise that sometime, you know, like, because so many people don't realize if it says raw or vegan, they don't even think, but if they see paleo, Daniel's diet, Whole 30, I mean, all of those diets are all the same thing. I mean, portion like paleo has meat, but they have a variety of all the other nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables that they're supposed to have also, and we have that, you know, so pass that word around.
My name is Katie, and I came here opening night. And with my friend Melissa, and we had a great time. We loved the food. And
Cool.
so when we saw the event on Facebook, we were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
here tonight to learn more about raw food. I've been vegetarian, vegan for the past 10-ish years.
Wow.
So.
Thanks for accommodating for us.
Oh, yeah. For Thursday. We were the two that.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
I have one in here.
Cool. Thank you for, I'm glad that people pay attention. And I'm glad I comment back because I pay attention. Cool. So.
Hi, my name is Juanita. I heard about it from friends, and I've been vegetarian since 2015, and I just started my vegan lifestyle not too long ago.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, thank you for coming. And we're back to you, right? And so here we are. Here's Rosie. Rosie, what are you going to say?
I wasn't sure I was going to say something.
Yeah, I want our volunteers, because so Rosie, she was in a class about like 3 times ago, and she asked if she could volunteer to help, and I said yes. And so the next class she came, so this is the second class I think you've helped, volunteered, yeah. And so that is an opportunity for people if you ever want to volunteer to help. Go ahead. But I met her years ago. Yeah.
Yes, we met before. Well, I would say that I'm a strict vegetarian or a flexitarian, but I do try to draw on healthy. I do eat whatever I can organic, and then I love all of this raw food. I mean, I wish it was prepared for me. But I try to incorporate it as much as I can. I've been practicing having kombucha, and I do that. It's probably been about a couple of years now. And then I do kefir, and I'm starting on fermented food. So I started to make kraut today.
Oh, good.
But I didn't finish. So I'll go back and do that tonight. But every time I seem to incorporate something new, it's just kind of like a process for me to get in the routine of it. But glad to be here.
Cool. So then I'm going to turn the camera around here, and Leah, do you want to tell us anything about you?
I think I'm good. I just love the food. I do have to, I mean, I'm an athlete and my horse is an athlete, so I expect him to perform at his very peak, yeah. So I have to take care of myself for him too, because he gives me his all, so I have to give him mine.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. And she notices a difference, a big difference. I mean, like, she takes food on Thursday to take for her barrel races over the weekend, and sometimes if she's too busy all the way up until 7 o'clock, she has to go home to put the babies to bed.
Wow.
And she doesn't get any food, and sometimes I try to meet her to give it to her so she has it, but if she doesn't, she really tells a difference, I think, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm starving to death, Mom!
I'd rather not eat than eat something crappy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So come here, Migdalena. Come closer, Migdalena, so we can see you. Who are you? Tell us all about you.
First of all, I'm Mexican. My English is not really good, but I'm trying my best. And I was here the first time, like all of you, like a student, and then because my dad invited me, he said, "Mom, this is something that really I think interesting for you, because you like all that stuff, like just raw food or just vegetarian, doing something without meat." And I'm just trying to do my best because I have kind of the candidiasis, and I'm fighting with that, but I have a middle of the tongue. And then I can see the difference when I change the diet, eating something different. Immediately, I can feel like when you're eating like a banana, when it's a green banana, and it's like you feel like a cotton mouth, something like that. And it's really uncomfortable. And then it's why I'm here to try to find out. When I heard the testimony from Naomi, and said, okay, maybe this is the way that I can start it again, just to do something for my health. Yeah, and it's why I'm here and volunteering sometimes, and I'm just so thankful. She's really sweet and nice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. I sometimes don't get that, so I'm happy that you think that. Because I'm the boss, you know? I'm like, I just tell it the way it is, and sometimes I don't have a good filter. I just like, gotta get it done. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Until now, you're just being really, really, really nice to me. I don't know.
But you've seen me under stress. I mean, you were here last Saturday. We had Mary Kay cosmetic convention here, and we had the doctors were filled up here for a class at earlier 11 to 12, and then right as they were leaving, you just pop it off. As they were leaving, I mean, all this 12 came to fit in, and as they were like sliding to move, to change, and then I look out the door, and it was a line all the way out the door. Wow. And so it was Migdalena and Jess. They were back here, but they don't do any food, but I prepared all the food. My grandson, 13 years old, he was here. He just went over and started taking orders. And it was amazing. Yes. And they did excellent, and I could have never done it without them, passing food around, and oh, it was wonderful. So thank you, God, for my volunteers. She volunteered on Saturdays. So, okay, I've got to move this around now. I know that, and I'm going to see what we have started here. So we're going to, it's not the prettiest thing. I mean, we're just figuring it out, right? It's good enough, huh? This way. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and we're going to start out making the tahini. And this is, I mean, the nutritionally yeast, the Caesar salad dressing, because that's what we're going to have. We're going to have, as our dinner tonight, we have our slow-cooked Peruvian beans, and we're going to put that on top of our kale Caesar salad. And so that's going to be super delicious. It's a big, everybody loves it. Everybody just loves it, loves it, loves it. And it's so simple. So we're going to start with, not all this garlic, but we're going to put some whole garlic. And I put about that many. And you'll find that I I don't measure everything. And then we're going to turn it on. And we're just going to get that all the way until it's completely not flying around anymore. And it just, I don't have anything, actually do more than that. I mean, like, just fill it up to the top. And that's garlic, and it's just trying to get it as small as possible. And if you don't like the bits of garlic, you can blend all of your garlic in your blender to make it smooth with like your glass of water that's in the recipe. And I didn't give you a recipe, did I? I can email it to you. That's what I tell everybody. Yeah. And I will, and I can actually put it on the screen too afterwards. It'll have the recipe. So that's what our garlic looks like. And then we're going to put our, this is it's a 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup. Everything is like, that's a large serving. So it's really a quarter. So it's a quarter a cup, because it's 4. My recipe is by 4. Hey, give me that recipe that's hanging there. I just remembered we have it. So this is apple cider vinegar. And hi there. And then this is lemon juice. Wow, look at all those people. Wonder where they're going. There's nobody open except us. So this is lemon juice. So this is the recipe. Yeah, see that? See how I said it's 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup?
They want to get a picture.
I can pass this around, you can take a picture of the cart. But I'm just doing this for my people online. So, but this is, again, it's going to fill a container this size. So it'll last a long time if you want to make it that way. Pass that around. And then I put my nutritional yeast. It's 1 cup of nutritional yeast. So you can cut that and just do a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, a quarter. And then this is our, can you give me the jar, the bottle of rags? It's in the walk-in, so they see this is a soy sauce replacement. This is a fermented, it's called Bragg's liquid aminos, and it's fermented soybeans, whole soybeans. It's not an isolate, it's the healthiest part. Anything that's fermented is healthy. Okay. And I'm going to keep the water till last. Well, no, I'm going to add. It says 2 cups of water, but I really think it should be 1. But I don't know. We'll add it at the end. Yeah. So this is our apple cider vinegar that we use, and this is the Bragg's liquid aminos, same brand. What time is it? Anytime you want to go. Leah's gonna go since I have these 2 helpers. But I wanted her to stay until 7 in case customers came. Because the last class, like 4 people came, and while she was serving food right after Leah left, and I'm like, ah! So I made their food real quick while everybody else was eating. And then this is tahini, and this is our. Can you get the jar, the container? We had it sitting here of tahini. And I washed my hands. You noticed I was over there washing my hands. And I like to use my hands in any way possible to put my essence. So I will clean this out with my finger, just like that. And these are expensive ingredients, so you don't want to waste it. So you just use your finger, and you're putting your love. I think unconsciously and just kind of under my breath, thank God that we have a beautiful garden and that we have the vegetables coming from our farmers here locally. And so that's what, our granny used to do, our grandma. That's why their food tasted so good, is because they put their essence in it. See, like it's nothing in there. I see so many people that wouldn't scrape it out and not care. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to lick my finger. I'm going to go wash my hand. So I'm going to I'm going to turn this on and watch how quick. And it's voila, done. So I'm going to taste that. And I think it's the perfect consistency. I don't think we need a whole 2 cups. I think somebody messed up that recipe. And it's supposed to be a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, not 1 cup. I don't know, maybe, but I think it's good. So that's what we got. And now we are going to get our kale we have. I'm gonna wash my hands. Can you bring the kale that we have and a big, that purple tub right there? Yeah, just bring it over. And can you bring this, yeah, that's all, just bring it all over and I'll
I don't know what I ate when I
Oh,
Naomi,
yes.
the tahini that you use looks a lot more liquid than what mine is.
I think because when it's in a larger thing, it's a little thick on the bottom. But yeah, so you'd have to stir it up like. So in advance, we've already stripped all of our kale, and you can see that the kale doesn't have the stem on it. Maybe bring us some that show the stem so they see what the kale looks like. We get this fresh from the farmer, and I'm gonna just move this over real quick for a minute.
Do you massage your kale?
Yes, we do massage our kale. So I'm gonna put it in here. And I'm so excited. Oh, look at somebody, they went off. They're not watching me anymore. I saw that there was 2 people on. I wonder who that is. I think my grandson, he follows me. He might be one. So this is what the kale looks like. Just like this, and it's on a stem. And so what I do is you can just like cut it off, pieces of it like that, so then it's already bite sizes, see? And it's small, so you just take it right off the stem like that. There's another way to do it also, is you grab a hold of it like this, and then just strip it right off. See, and it comes right off really easy. But then it's kind of big, and you have to still do it in pieces anyway. You know what I mean? So however way you want it. And I see that this is straight from the farm. You can see that this has dirt on it. And it's organic, and we need soil. So I mean, we do wash it. We don't put all of this dirt in there. We do wash it once. Once. A little dirt. I mean, it's organic. So you need to just kind of really massage it a little bit. And then once we put the dressing in there, we're going to massage it also. Any questions so far? So this nutritional yeast, do you know about nutritional yeast?
Yes.
It's B12. It's high in B12. So people say, wow, I love that Caesar salad. What did you do? I mean, I don't know what that is, but every time I eat it, I feel so good. And it's the B12. It wakes you up. I call them suits. They come out to the truck, these attorneys and things, and they told me, when I was over at Card Hop, they'd say, I love Thursdays, and I love coming, I only eat your food. There's all these other food trucks with all this meat, and I eat meat every day, but I only eat your food because I go back and I get so much accomplished when I go back to work. Because I don't fall asleep. So go ahead and bring their, either clean plates, we could use these, or if you have a little plate, whatever you want to use. If that's enough, or is there more underneath there? How many is there? Can you count? How many people are here? It lasts, because of the lemon juice and the apple cider vinegar, I've never had it go bad. I mean, we eat it up fast, but, and we travel in our car and always take it with us. And I've even and we don't even refrigerate it, and it's still fine. Is that me? Okay. I didn't know if I was on there or not. I'm so not shy, huh? So we've gone on vacation to go to Hawaii, and we took, before I got smarter than I am now, I actually tossed the salad just like this, put it in a big giant Ziploc bag, and threw it in my luggage, and with something frozen, you know, that was like frozen cheesecake or something, and it flew in the airplane. And so we get to Hawaii, and we have that in our refrigerator, and every day for lunch, or no, at dinner time I think would be our, I don't know, one time a day, I couldn't live without my kale. Like, so we had a Vitamix there. I mean, at one time, because it was a timeshare, and we didn't know that they had Vitamixes there in the kitchen. So we took our own Vitamix, and we took our own juicer, I think, I don't know. But I know the Vitamix for sure. Because I even had to buy a whole piece of luggage to carry the Vitamix. It was so crazy. And then we found out, oh, they have one here. Duh. But so we always take our food. And so like we have our Buc-ee's now, our granola bars, and our walnut butter that we take. So then we go as soon as we get to wherever we're going, to Whole Foods or a health food store, we'll get fresh blueberries to put on our Buc-ee granola. So that's our breakfast. We go get either fresh fruit or pick it or whatever, and have our grapefruit juice in the morning, first thing. Or we go and we know exactly where the farmer's market's going to be when we travel, so we can go get produce to make green smoothies at the hotel, whatever, you know, whatever. And the Caesar. So now when I would take Caesar, I freeze it. And you can just take it frozen, and then by the time you get there, it's thawed. But you can take frozen things. And I've had people want it to be shipped to them, so I ship it. And so we have our plates. Okay, so why don't you guys get up and come around? We're going to put beans on top and sauerkraut. So we're going to put this. How we're going to do this? So we'll do. Somebody will do the beans. Let me get a. So that it's like this, and it gets the water out, okay? And then we have sauerkraut. And so one girl's going to be on the sauerkraut. And so this will go on after the beans. You can unplug it if you want to unplug it to move it. So first in line.
Again.
Yeah, right.
Why not? Yeah, you see it doesn't get small. I know I'm having this right here.
So we're gonna, yeah.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna put the beans on top, and then the sauerkraut. Here's the beans first. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is called beans and greens.
Beans and greens. I like it.
Yeah, beans and greens.
What kind of, are these white beans?
These are Peruvian beans. And so what we do is we soak all of our nuts, all of our seeds, all of our beans. We soak them because that's going to break down the folic acid, the lectins, all of that upsets our stomach. So that's why we have to soak our beans. Huh, Lisa?
Peruvian beans. And then by the end of June, it stresses me bad, and we get frustrated and pull it out.
And then we put the sauerkraut on top, and we can put some ranch on top too.
Oh, okay.
Did the chickpeas no. Okay. This is what we're making next.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You got this up on it?
Yeah, you just have to allow plenty of space. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is one of my favorites.
And there's some ranch. Yeah, you can squirt ranch, or you can take it at the table maybe and pass it around. Yeah, like hit it on the, it's, you know what, it's the garlic.
Oh, okay.
Hit it on the floor. Yeah, and make it come out, yeah. Oh, hit it hard.
There you go.
There. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you so much, everybody, so far. Have you had a good time?
Great.
Yay.
Love hearing all that.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Tell your friends.
I'm right at the street at the hospital, so I'll be over here.
Yeah. All right on.
Thank you.
Oh, and you know what's really good too? If you like, I have red onion, and that's really nice on top. If you want any red onion. We'll pass it around after you sit down. Here's some red onion if anybody wants any. Here's little tongs that have sauerkraut on it. Yeah, red onion is really tasty on top.
Sure.
Serious. Thank you.
Oh, we have another container too of beans. Yeah, we have another container. So about the beans, these are Peruvian. They're called Mayacova. And I get a big bag of them actually at Vallarta Market. And I just soak them. I have them soaking all the time in the refrigerator. You just put like 10 cups in a container and have them in water and keep them in the refrigerator soaking. And that way you can always have beans that are ready.
Anything? That's the best.
Aren't they the best? No, not canned. No, they're dry beans. Oh. You soak them because you want the lectins to come out and the folic acid. There's all these things in there that is upsetting to your digestive. So you have to soak them. And then the nutrients are bioavailable without the upset and the disorder of your digestion.
You set up like 2 hours?
Overnight. Yeah, overnight.
And then do you put much in these beans?
Yeah, I just put cumin and 1 thing of salt and a thing of taco seasoning. I'll show you our taco seasoning. We get it from our.
Where's that Vallarta market?
Clinton and West. Oh, where you are, there's Cedar and Dakota.
The sauerkraut is so good.
Sauerkraut is fermented. We ferment it. We don't soak it in anything. We make it fresh here. And
Okay.
I could go over that if we have time. And there's some more. I mean, we have more to make if anybody wants more. Nobody's going to go hungry. Because I'm gonna show you also. Oh. I'm gonna show you right now what we put with the beans and the greens and how we make that. Okay. I know this guy. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so let me get my towel here. Can you put these back? Oh, wait. What's in the new? Where's our recipe? Okay, here we are. So we're gonna, while you're eating that, I'm going to lick my fingers. No, I'm just checking. I already washed my hands.
This is so good.
Yay! Wow, isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Woo! How cute. How do you like the food?
Amazing. Very good.
Everybody's quiet. So now, yes.
Most of the time, I don't have dressing because it's too strong for my stomach.
Yeah.
This one, I do not feel the strong inside where I can't handle the taste.
Right. Oh, good.
See, I have stomach problems.
Yeah.
And I go, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat that.
Yeah.
When I first got the plate.
Yeah.
But it's not even like it's not there. It
Oh,
just
good.
right into the food.
Right.
Kale's a hard one to hide.
Yeah,
the taste.
it is. I've heard so many people say, I never liked kale until I had this salad, and this is the only way I can eat kale.
Right.
And yeah, I eat this every day. I have to have like a little bit of this kale Caesar salad. It's just something, it's just amazing. So now we're gonna make the tahini that we put in the, what are we gonna make? It's the, I wonder if I have a recipe. I know the recipe by heart. I don't know if we're gonna have it on here. Here's the ranch dressing, here's the spicy lemonade, green smoothie, fresh juice, wellness shot. We might not have it to show you. Pad Thai. Nope, sorry. I don't have the dressing, the recipe. But we're gonna make hummus. And how we make hummus is out of chickpeas. And so we soak these. These are solid, hard, dry before. And we put them in water and soak them until, and we rinse the water. We soak them like 5 days. You have to soak them, and so we soak them 2 days out on the counter. And let me show you what we put in the water on the first day only. This is ascorbic acid, and all it is 100% pure vitamin C. And I get this at Whole Foods. I get it at Whole Foods, and the reason why we use this is so that it won't get moldy. It keeps it clean. And because even though we wash it and rinse it before we soak it, this just helps it not get slimy and gross. So I do like 1 teaspoon of this in the water on the first day. And then when we rinse the water and do it another second day, we don't put it in again. And then the third day you rinse it and put it in the refrigerator. And you can either sprout them in a bag to hang them, but we just use it so fast, and it sprouts pretty much in the water for the second day. It's starting, you could tell that these have got these little, these little tails sticking out. And you can do it if you want to be patient enough to make it sprout all the way. So we're going to get our food processor out, and I'm going to turn this around. And
on day 3 that you put it in the fridge? Or you leave
yeah,
it
in the fridge.
Okay. Those first 2 days on the counter and then in the fridge.
Yeah. I noticed that.
You want me to clean this?
Yeah. Please. So we're going to. I know it. I am not. I need a techno guy. I need a techno guy. Okay, un momento. Wait just a minute. So do we have all of the stuff? Let me see. What is the stuff? It's garlic, tahini, garlic, olive oil, lemon juice, and tahini. Yeah, here we go. And tahini. That's all it is. This and lemon juice. Can we have some lemon juice? And tahini and lemon juice and olive oil. So this is what olive oil I use. This is Rosendal. This is a local olive oil right here locally. I pay $40 for this gallon. And they're a local company that's excellent, fresh. And then the tahini, garlic, lemon juice, and I guess a little salt too. Yeah. So this is all the ingredients to make homemade tahini. And you're not going to cook these. You're soaking them for 5 days so they're soft. Yeah. They're soft. So we're going to get the food processor over here. So this is not hard, is it? So easy. And what's really amazing is you can make these things, like I said, if you make that large amount, you could put it in smaller jars and refrigerate it up and have it for a long period of time. Put it at the back of the refrigerator and just know that it's back there, and then you open another small jar. You know, if you store it in smaller things that can keep. You could use that Caesar salad dressing. That would be really good, like for potato salad. Wow. I don't ever cook potatoes. I don't ever eat potatoes, but it sounds really good, doesn't it? Yeah, it lasts a long time. Like I said earlier, I've never seen it go bad. And like I told you, I put, dressed it all up, and it flew in the airplane and in my luggage, and then all the way to Hawaii, and then for the whole week. So we had enough for my daughter and me, Leah. We both went to Hawaii and took the boys, and it was for her 30th birthday. And we ate a little bit of that kale every day, even if it was just like 1 cup of that Caesar. But we had enough for both of us for the whole week. And it lasted for 7 days, already dressed. It's amazing. And then the other vacation that we went on, Rio and I, we went to Seattle, Washington. We took a 2-week traveling in the car with our parrot and our Greenwing macaw. He was in his doghouse. It was a dog carrier that we had his perch in there, and he travels and goes bye-bye with us everywhere. And not anymore, we don't have him, poor baby. But he knew that I had other things to do. He knew that he was a full-time job and that I couldn't, he would be right here on this counter with me right this second, seriously. Yeah. So we're gonna put this much. We're gonna put a lot of garlic. I'm gonna itch my ear and then I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna put that much garlic and I'm gonna blend that. Where's the top? The lid. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna turn that on and go wash. We're gonna put, it's like, I just put it to the top, so we might as well just do that. I don't, how many cups is that? Probably 6 cups, maybe? 8 cups, 6, I don't know. And so I'm gonna get it going like that. And then I'm gonna do my lemon juice. Now I'm going to do my olive oil first. Oh, can you bring me salt, please? My pink Himalayan salt. And this is a 1 cup measuring cup. So let's do a cup first and see how that looks. This is like the only thing we put oil in. Yeah, we don't use oil. There's one other dressing that we use oil. In the winter, we do a cranberry winter kale cranberry dressing, and we put olive oil, flax oil or olive oil in that. Oh yeah, our tahini, we forgot about that. Looks really dry. And I'm gonna put a cup. Is that showing well? I might miss it if I wonder if they could figure out that was the tahini. And it's very oily, believe it or not. I'm gonna do some more, I'm gonna do another cup of oil. And then I'm gonna do half a cup of lemon juice. Oh yeah, the turmeric. Did you add the salt? I didn't add the salt yet.
I call it turmeric. So turmeric.
Salt. Pink salt. So you just let it rock and roll and do its thing. Until it's very fluffy. It's got to just be fluffy and soft. You could open a can if you want preservatives in your life. I don't have preservatives in my life. And then we'll open it here and taste it and see what it needs. So that's all it is. It's just scraping and taking the time to love on it. Say, oh, you are so beautiful. That is like perfect. And now we're gonna, I don't know how much turmeric we use. I'm gonna use about that much. Now this is the turmeric. I call it turmeric. And so this is going to be good for the inflammation. You could scrape down the lid.
How much do you use? About a teaspoon?
Yeah, I think a teaspoon. You can make it a pretty color. And you saw how light ours was, so I don't know if it needs to be, I might need to put more. Oh, black pepper too. To activate the turmeric, you need the black pepper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give us some black pepper, please. There might be some already ground up, or we can do a little, bring the, yeah, it looks like I need more. It's a little light. More turmeric.
is this the same thing as this?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Okay.
You're right.
It's like,
So I'm going to put 2 teaspoons to make it more yellow. And then it's a little nutty, which it tastes great. I'm deciding what it needs. Maybe a little more lemon juice. I know it seems like a lot of oil, but tahini is oily. And so if this is the only place you're... Hummus, yeah. Hummus, I'm sorry. Hummus is oily. So I'm going to put that much more lemon juice. So now it's probably a cup. I think it was a half a cup all ago. Oh, I haven't done it yet. We're going to put to the turmeric, we did a teaspoon. Oh, we'll do a teaspoon of black. You don't have to use a whole lot, just enough to activate it. And meaning activating it, it helps with inflammation. If you don't get the black pepper, it doesn't open the capillaries for that turmeric to get in.
oh, it's for your body.
Uh-huh. It's looking better, like the color. It doesn't have to be exact. There's no mistakes. I found that out a long time ago. There's no mistakes. Cayenne. No, they say black pepper. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be very much. What time is it? 7:47. Oh, good. Huh. What's it need? Oh, more garlic. Oh. It needs more garlic. It doesn't have enough garlic. Okay, that's what it is. So what I'm going to do, whoo, you're going to be excited about this. That's what it needs. It's more garlic and more salt, I think. Yeah, I didn't put enough salt. I'm going to, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this is black pepper. I'm going to show. Right? And we're putting, we're going to put that much. And blend it and make it powdery. Okay? And you want more salt? I didn't lick that. I was like, I didn't lick off that, did I? No. I just took it off. Yeah, I need more salt. I need more salt and the vitamins, the cold one is that clear box, the blender. You want just the, give me the blender, just give me that, not the machine. Yeah. Because I want this garlic to be blended correctly, right? So in the food processor, I mean in this Vitamix Blendtec, we need more garlic. Yeah, just bring me the whole container, please. So we're going to put garlic and oil. I'm going to put this much, half a cup of oil, and a little bit of more lemon juice before I add more salt, because we'd rather add lemon juice than salt. And this is the garlic, and we put it inside a towel. We have a big, you know, like those big bags from Costco of garlic. So we empty it inside a towel, and so that it keeps it fresher, doesn't collect the moisture. And put it in there, leave it on there, keep it hot, get it hot. Did you put clean water, filtered water?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna put a whole bunch more garlic. Let's just do all of this. We're gonna do a lot of garlic. We'll almost do all of it. We'll do that much. We're gonna heal you. And so we're gonna blend this in there on this food product. And so if you know what you can do, you can just do this right here: garlic and olive oil and lemon, and put it in a squirt bottle, and that is like some kind of amazing dressing, just like that. That's like, they sell it at that, where is that place? They sell it somewhere. I found it. I think I found it at Whole Foods in some other land somewhere. What happened here? Oh, you disconnected it? Can you find it and plug it in and turn it on? And put it on 5. Are we still there? No, she left. Hi. So just hold on a second. We're just like waiting for something here, because it's really close. It needs more garlic. That's what it needs. Yeah. You guys are so patient. So are you hungry? Are you still? How do you feel? You're feeling full? Turn it on. You want more vegetables? You want more salad? This creamy, delicious, beautiful. Oh, I love garlic.
Dessert.
It looks like dessert. Is that what you said? It looks like dessert. We're gonna have dessert. Yeah, we're gonna have dessert. It's gonna. So I've blended this so it's not bits and pieces. You know what I mean? Because I want to get that incorporated. See, like some people would just like throw it in, like throw it out. I mean, no, I gotta clean it. I'm like obsessive compulsive, I guess. This is why these are so great, too. This is the only kind of tool I like.
You have to go box.
Yeah. Yeah, she's filling up her to-go box. Okay. Go ahead and take all of this away. I don't need the lemon juice anymore. Now let's put the pepper on. I'm not Julia's child, or whatever her name is. Okay, just leave the salt, but you could take everything else and put it away, please. Thank you so much, my beautiful volunteers. And Jess, how are you? Good. Jess, we're going to make hot drinks, so just get all the ingredients for the hot drinks, okay? The dates, the turmeric, the golden milk. So just bring it all here, and because we're going to make quite a few. This is like overflowing, of course. So I probably coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know, when they get all together, they get a lot accomplished. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I know, it went right over your head, huh? I'm just joking. So I should have done a little less, maybe. But it's all good. So they'll come in tomorrow and say, "What'd you do to that? I had to fix it." It's not what the morning kitchen would have done, maybe. I think it's better now. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, now it's got a nice little garlic kick. Okay, so that's it about that. And you can see how you just have to taste, and it's not perfect, it's not exact, but it's delicious. Do you guys want to taste this? Yes. Just to see how it is, or you had all that already and you don't care about this? It doesn't matter. If you want to, we can get a little, if you wanted to have a taste, come up. We'll put it on your plate. Bring a plate. And, yeah. Now, what do you think? Is it, what's it missing? Anybody want to try? No? Okay. What are we going to make? Well, we're going to do that big one So now we're going to make our evening dessert drink. It's something to help you sleep. It's something to help you have your inflammation. All these ingredients we're going to use.
You have a recipe for that one?
I do. We can get the recipe and pass it around. Okay. And this is the pumpkin pie spice. So that's pumpkin pie spice. This is cinnamon. Yeah, celeron. This is turmeric. Oops, sorry. Turmeric. Tahini. Everything tahini. And we're using this right now because we're waiting for our good order, a gallon of vanilla, but this is a non-GMO, organic, or pure vanilla. And then we have dates. Oh, is that the water? I drank something else. That was the leftover water. And then we use dates. Oh, sorry. Medjool dates. So these have already been pitted. And so we're going to take this bag and bring our other ones up.
It's over here.
The recipe book? I just want to, where's that little recipe?
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
And there's your blender.
Okay. So this is the golden milk recipe. And we'll pass it around. It's 3 dates, 1 tablespoon of tahini, a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 ground peppercorns, just 2 little individual, and we grind them like this with this grinder. And of 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and then 15 ounces of hot water. And so then you have a cup, you know, a regular hot cup full of your coffee cup or whatever. We have some more of these. I think everybody's, we don't have enough. We can get these cups out and get those ready. And so we're going to blend it in our big jumbo machine here. And the reason why we have to use this, I'm going to use our, this is our, this is Bertha, we call her Bertha. But I think I'm not going to use this one, I'm going to use the other one. I don't know, maybe I need to use this. I'm deciding. When we make one individual one or two, I use this. But I want it's 64 ounces. How many? We'll probably all have about a half a cup. I mean, you're not going to have a full cup probably. I'm just trying to figure out how to measure how many we should do. Because this is because of the capacity, it's so big, it doesn't get as smooth as I like it, I think. But let's just try it. I've never done it. Let's do it. You guys are going to be my first with the Bertha, with the big Bertha. Big Bertha. Here we go, girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Okay, so now we're going to have to, let's see. So let's do 10. So 3 times 10, that would be 30, right? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's a lot of dates. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, right? We're going to do 10. And then tablespoon, okay, so let's do the tahini. You want to, well, I'm going to look at it. Let me see. Ah! Sorry. Fell off my rocker. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to do this. I guess I'll do the tahini first. And you can, if you don't have a high-powered mixer, you could soak your dates so that they're softer. Okay. Oh my gosh. I see what this is. Somebody, I think, put the dressing in this tahini.
Oh.
Oh,
I didn't.
No.
I didn't.
Somebody poured, I don't know who did this.
That's why it was hard for you to get that.
I was like, why is there 2 colors here? We need to separate this. Wow, that wouldn't have been good. Wow. I'm not going to blame anybody, but it's just wrong, okay? Okay, but I can see. Do you want to see what I see?
See what you see.
Oh,
I thought you meant me. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Well, anyway. Can you give me a container to get this out? What's happening? What's happening?
She's like, I didn't.
Wow. Thank you. Can you give me a spoon to scoop it? So I'm gonna, yeah, well, I want to get this other stuff out of here. but I think I can't pour it. I think I can just like lift it up. Okay. It's two colors. You can see that it got mixed. It's just on top. So we'll just have to make another whole other recipe. Ay, ay, ay. That's what I didn't. Look at her. Whoever cleaned this out is the one that did it. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 of these, right? I'm not even counting. Is that 4 or 3? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, here you go. Oh, good. They got bored and they came back. Can you wash this out? Yeah, well, I'll need that, never mind. I'm gonna wipe this off like this so this won't drip. And then on our pumpkin pie spice, it's a half a teaspoon. It's just easier for me to just do it 10 times. Right?
Or 1 teaspoon.
Oh yeah, right? Oh, you're so smart. Oh my gosh. 1 teaspoon 5 times? Okay. That was like, that would require thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then cinnamon, the same thing. 5. I was going to have them food process these, so we're going to, because this will take a minute. I'm going to just, so we're going to grind this. Oh, we got 2 people on. I wonder who that other person is. Maybe it's Rio. Because you know, it won't blend them really smooth. And you could put this in that little bullet, but I think they probably already washed it and it would be wet. You know what I mean?
What about just the regular powder?
Vitamix.
Or no.
Oh yeah, you could use just regular powder. Pepper. I mean, grinding it fresh is fresher. We do everything the hard way here. We work for our money, right? So there's our pepper, and then turmeric. We're gonna do 10 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. I do heaping. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is the water hot still? Are we boiling the water?
I'll go get it.
It's gotta be boiling. And then we're gonna do vanilla. And and we're just gonna use all of this because it's very good. So this is why this costs $35. Because I just spent $35 on this one drink. And so now we got hot water. Is it boiling? Yeah. Okay. And so what measuring cup? Let's see. We're gonna do. We use that cup that I have to go the one with the handle. Coffee cup. So insulated coffee cup that I have with the handle. going to use this. Oh, go ahead and bring the hot water to me, please. Sorry. And we could pass this around if you want to. And so I'm going to do 5 of these. 1. 2. 3. What are you girls talking about? 4. 5. That like took brains, huh, to figure all that out, right? Yeah. All that math. Okay, so now we're gonna just blend it slowly. The reason why I have to use this instead of that one with the flat lid is because the heat needs to escape. It would just like blow up. So that's why this has like holes in it. What a day. Calgon, take me away. It does. Right? So that hot water was just like warming up those days because they were cold in the refrigerator. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. 15 ounces of hot water. Yeah. Yeah. That would be 100. Yeah. This is 15. This is 15. This is 15. And I did 5. Because you guys are gonna have I don't know, I might screw it up. Maybe. It might just be stronger, right? Yeah. Maybe I screwed up. And we'll add up. We'll try it and see. Maybe. Yeah. See? Maybe my math is wrong. I want it wrong. So if you don't want to use tahini, and if you want to use walnuts, you can use whole nuts. I'm going to pour it in here to try it.
I can't imagine what that's going to taste like.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Is it good?
Oh wow, it's really amazing. It's so amazing. It's perfect. Wow. Okay, set them out here.
So this is going to put us to sleep, huh?
Yeah, it's going to put you to sleep. Okay, you can come in. We're going to do let's do a half a cup first to see, make sure that we have enough for everybody. Because who knows, you know, I may have screwed up and we might have to make this whole damn recipe again. No. Take it. Take it while it's hot. Go. Yes. Don't burn your mouth. Yeah, this is so perfect. Can you see this on TV?
No, you need to go more this way. I think this way. Yes, like that. Now it's on TV.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, take it. Here's another one. What do you think? Is it delicious? What?
Was there pumpkin in it?
Yeah.
I'll taste it and I'll let you know how delicious. On the beach strand. Oh man, it's so good. It is so good. It has a little bit of a bite to it.
How many more? Did you count the cups?
Mm-hmm.
And that included you?
Five more. Are you good?
Do you mind passing over the recipe? Oh, thank you.
You want one, right? Yeah. Okay. And this is mine. One more. You got it? Is that it? Everybody? So then see, oh wow, that did it really good. Look at the little bits. It was just a little tiny bit. Not very bad at all. Just a few dates. Little date bits. There you go. Yummy. Finger looking good, huh?
It's so
what do
good.
you think? Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing?
That's going to put us to sleep, huh? Yeah. Thank you. That's so good.
So, I want to say goodbye to my people here. So that's the end of our show, and thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel, and I hope I don't have turmeric all over my face. Cheers. See you next 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks. How do I turn it off? That's the part I don't know. Share.
Red like button.
There's no button. If I X, I'm afraid to X. I don't know how to turn you off. Really? Do you think of it X?
Or the red light button. You hit the red light button.
Share, mute microphone. No, I don't want to mute the microphone. Sorry, I don't know. Look at that. Psychedelic. How fun. Oh my gosh, filters. Okay, so I think it's X. Are you sure you want to stop this live streaming? Yes.